Hello, what's happening? I've been wanting to make a video, a lot of them actually lately, for fucking months now. But apparently my gut said it wasn't time yet because I haven't made them, so I'm gonna give this a shot. My camera's fucked up. My phone is just, it's like the whole screen's cracked all over the place. The back of the phone is apparently cracked just like your fucking screen would be if you drop and busted it. Trying to cook dinner. I just got home. I'm fucking starving. I haven't eaten anything all day. So I'm gonna attempt to do this while I'm cooking and see how it works out. And if, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna put this up or not. I've been kind of saying that every time anyways, and it seems like every time I do, I end up getting my point across, so I put it up. Anyways, I don't want to waste too much time here because when my food's done, I'm gonna eat. So I don't know, it's weird because like I talk to myself all the fucking time, and that's not the weird part. I mean, I'm sure some people probably think so, but I give a fuck. I talk to myself like out loud in public all the time. People looking at me like I'm fucking crazy, and I'm like, I am kind of fucking nuts. But I get on like all these rants all the time about, sorry, I keep looking over here, the lens is there apparently. I get on these rants all the time about how like, it's all different kind of things about society and about the issues every fucking where, things that'll just, the problem is it's hard to like sit down, turn the camera on and start recording and actually get, you know, to get it on there. Like there's so many times, like that's the reason I started doing some videos like that, because I've had so many fucking times I've started ranting about something. By the time I'm done, like, damn, I wish I had that recorded. So I think it keeps trying to focus. I don't know if it's because there's me in the background or what, but you don't really need to watch anyways. It's really just to listen to. But I don't know. I get on all these like really good rants all the time, and I'm just like, man, I wish I had that recorded. But to sit down and to like spontaneously just start doing it, I don't know why. It's not that fucking easy to do. Like I have to just, as I'm going about my day, things happen, and I just throughout the day, and I just get on a roll, and I just keep just spouting out shit. So without wasting too much more time here, I'm gonna attempt to do this. I may or may not put this up. If you see it, I guess that means I did. But I gotta cook dinner too. Having steak quesadillas. Anyhow, I just, every day, all the time, I look at people out and about. I watch people all the time. I studied, like in college, I minored in psychology, sociology, and history. So I learned a lot about human behavior based on your mind and on your environment. And there's like, come on, I got seasoning. It's just weird because I just noticed that there's like just so many things that people do that I can't fucking understand. It seems as though, that's the thing too, once I get started, like I can't stop. So it's just getting started is the hard part when I'm trying to intentionally go on a rant. But thing is, like I see so many people doing so many things all the time that just doesn't make sense to me. Like I see people all the time, like that just, it's like the majority of people seem like they really want to blend in. They really are concerned with what other people think about them, and especially strangers. That's the fucking weirdest part, is I can't understand why anybody would give a fuck what some random stranger thinks about them. So that just seems to be the way it is, though. But I got let me see here. So, oh, that's right, I got a shaker. Like I see people doing things like people will be into whatever's popular, and even if the shit isn't cool or isn't any good, people like they'll like make themselves like it because they want to fit in and belong and be like everybody else, I guess. Now, of course, that don't apply to everybody, but it's the fucking majority of people, at least in America. I can't speak for elsewhere, but I'd imagine it's like that in other places too. Hopefully not everywhere. But it seems like people as a whole. Hold on. Where's my fucking contact? Hold on a second. Alright, we're back. Alright, so like I see all the time, like it seems like most people are into whatever music is popular. That there's just like really shitty music that people fucking love. And the only reason I can think of is because that's what everybody else loves. Like when I look back in the past, like the thong song. When that shit came out, fucking everybody was jamming that shit. Except for me, apparently. The Macarena. When the Macarena came out, that fucking song was just horrible from day one. And I swear, I think I'm the only person that didn't fucking have that song at all. And people look back and go, oh man, I can't believe I used to listen to this song. Oh man, I can't believe it. I can't either. I'm fucking asked the same thing at the time. Like, why the fuck do people like this shit? So, I noticed as I've gotten older that whatever's popular, it seems like people will love it. They'll love it. And then a few years later, they want nothing to do with it. And then a few years after that, they're fucking embarrassed they even had that they had anything to do with it to begin with. But it's a never-ending cycle. Pop culture, this fucking pop culture phenomenon, if you want to call it a phenomenon, I call it a fucking catastrophe. But like, I don't know if the fucking food cooking is louder than me talking. I apologize if it is. I probably won't post this if it is, but I'm fucking starving. So, like, people will, like different industries, like the music industry, they keep just, like, it's like a fucking assembly line. Like, there's pretty much no music that's not commercialized, at least to some extent anymore. All of it's commercialized. And it's like these record companies, they will, like, find somebody that is just, they might even have talent, but they just give them shitty music to play or sing or whatever. They shove it down everybody's fucking throat as much as they can on the radio, TV, commercials, everything else, until it gets stuck in people's heads, and then they love it, and then when it's not popular anymore, they don't ever use it anymore, even though I spent money on it, and then they're out buying the next new thing. And it's like, I remember, like, shortly after college, like, I mean, just one time in particular I remember, but it always happens. Like, there's people out there who are like, oh, check this out, dude. Oh, like, oh, you guys like that song? I had it 6 months before it came out. I had a bootleg of it 6 months before it came out. Like, what the fuck cares? Because a few years from now, you're gonna look at it and be like, yeah, that was fucking terrible. But they're always like trying to, like, not only do they want to be into whatever's popular, but they're trying to stay ahead of it. Like, what fucking point is that? What purpose does that serve? Like, I got to the point with music, movies, TV shows, and things like that, where it's like, there's already been enough shit. Sorry, I have terrible ventilation as well, too. But there's just terrible shit that for some reason, damn it, lost my train of thought. That, fuck. I don't know. It's just like these record labels. They'll just create somebody, turn them into a so-called phenomenon, make as much money off them as they can, as quickly as they can, toss them aside, and then rinse and repeat, just over and over and over and over. And people go out, they spend money on it, they listen to it, then they don't like it, then they are embarrassed they had it, they get rid of it, and it's like they're just always spending money, like fashion trends. I was born in 81, alright? I thought the fucking fashion trends in the 80s were fucking terrible, even as a kid. Now, tight jeans, I didn't like this shit as a kid. That's what was popular, so everybody fucking did. That's pretty much all they sold. And then, 90s come around, and it's baggy clothes, carpenter jeans, cargo pants, and complete opposite of the 80s style. And then, what? 2010s, somewhere around, the last 10, 15 years, all of a sudden tight clothes became popular again. So, like, they wait until just long enough to where everybody's throwing all their old shit away that they spent all that fucking money on, and then they bring that same style right back, and then people gotta spend money on that. And next thing you know, all the cargo pants and baggy shit, they're gonna throw all that out, And you watch in the next 10 years or so, I bet you baggy clothes come back in, and probably even cargo pants. I have to be the only person that still wears cargo pants. I don't ever see, ever see anybody else wearing cargo pants. When I'm told that to people, like, oh yeah, because they're not in style, and I'm like, well, good, then I'm definitely gonna fucking wear them. That alone makes me want to fucking wear them. And it's like, it's just a fucking cycle that just keeps repeating itself. Like cars. Look at this. Late 60s, into the 70s, everything, all the cars had curves. Rounded everything. By late 70s, mid to 70s to late 70s or into the 80s, it was all boxy. By the 90s, everything got curves again. Around 05 or later, maybe 2010, somewhere, like, everything's boxy again. They just keep going back and forth. You got these like really expensive luxury cars that people spend a fucking insane amount of money on. And for one, I think that those cars every one of them is just fucking disgusting looking. Plus, I don't like what they stand for anyways, because you get people going out and buying these things even when they can't afford them because they just apparently want to show off to fucking bunch of strangers or something. You know, like the people that they know, like when people go buy a Cadillac that they can't afford, all their friends know they can't afford it. So they're not impressing them. In fact, most of their friends are probably going, why the fuck did you do that? So who are they trying to impress then? Strangers? Like, why? What the fuck is the point in that? Like, the thing with those cars too is that once you buy a new one, like, people may think it's cool for a few years, but not too long down the road, they're gonna make a newer one that everybody likes now more than the past one, and everybody's like, damn, I got this one, but I want that one now. And sometimes people that couldn't afford the first one are gonna go out and buy another one that they can't afford, just to try to, like, be up with the times. Like, hey, look, I got the newest one. Like, who fucking cares, man? I don't know why people do that. I love cars. I have loved old muscle cars from like 60s, 70s, and even like older, like hot rods and shit, for a long time. Like, I plan on one day only driving like really nice, not rare collectibles, but like really nice old school muscle cars, really nice old school pickup trucks, and hot rods. And I want all of them to be loud and fast. Because the first one I want to get, I already know the guy, I got his number. I talked about it in another video, but 1971 Grabber Blue Roadrunner. Fucking insanely beautiful. That car, since 1971, 50 years ago? 50 years ago, there has never been a time where that car wasn't fucking cool as fuck. It's got a 440. It's fucking beautiful. Now, there has never been a time in 50 years that somebody can look at that car and be like, ugh, that thing's ugly. It's out of style. I mean, people might not like old muscle cars, but it's like, it's still cool. You know? It's like a lot of people don't like B.B. King or James Brown, but they're still fucking badass and cool as fuck. But just because, like, most people in the country don't listen to it or anything their thing, that don't make it bad. That just means most people have shitty taste in music. You know, it's like, they're still fucking phenomenal. True artists. Fela Kuti, that's a fucking artist, man. I can't even believe they call anybody that makes this so-called music today of any genre. I can't believe people even call that shit music. It's literally like a fucking factory, an assembly line, just popping out one-hit wonders after another. And sometimes they get lucky and find one that they can get more than one hit out of and make some more money off of. And that's it. Like, I don't even know 90% of the people that are even in the world of music today. I don't even know that. You could tell me their names, I wouldn't even know who the fuck they are. Like, I see, like, standing in line, I look at, like, magazines, covers and shit, and I'm like, all these people, like, oh, here's what's going on in their life. They have a new kid, or this, and I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck that is, and why would I give a shit what the fuck they're doing? People do. I don't know, people do. Now, I've noticed this all the time, though. Like, people go so far out of their way to try to fit in instead of just being who they really are. And I can relate because growing up, like until I was about 18 and a half to 19 right in there, I did the same thing. I wore what everybody else wore. I listened to what everybody else listened to. I liked what everybody else liked. I watched the same TV shows and movies and same shit. Thank God we didn't have fucking reality TV back then, except for the Real World, which that shit was fucking garbage anyways. But, and I blame them for this so-called reality series phenomenon. That shit's a real catastrophe. But anyway, I'm going on, doing the same thing everybody else is doing, and then finally, like right at the end of high school, and like, you know, into college, I used to smoke weed. And once I first started at the end of high school, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it just made me like step back and take a look at who I am as a person. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm over here doing shit, wearing things, liking things that aren't even good, that I don't even like, but I just want to fit in. And from that fucking moment in my life, I have went out of my way to be as different as I possibly can. And sometimes I'll just do what's different just to fucking be different. I mean, if you've seen any of my videos, you know, like, I'm a gun person. It seems as though there are far more people who don't like guns than do, but I don't know for sure. It just seems like it, at least. But I like old guns, old revolvers, old school guns, you know? That's what I like. Like, everybody's talking, oh man, I want an AR, dude. I want an AR. I want an assault rifle, man. You know what I want? I want a fucking 16-inch barrel, blued with a wooden forearm and stock, Winchester lever action rifle in 44 Magnum. That's what I want. That's fucking cool, dude. That shit is fucking badass, man. I mean, it's so awesome. And people, there are people that own those, but it's like, you know, like some shit went down, everybody's gonna go grab their AR. I'm standing there with my fucking 44 Magnum fucking lever action. Like, the only rifle I own right now is a fucking 20-inch barrel, or 20-inch barrel, 12-gauge Coach gun. That's the only rifle I have. And I don't care. Like, if somebody were to like show up on my fucking porch or at my place with an assault rifle, you walk out with a fucking scattergun like that, you got a slug in one barrel and a fucking Magnum load in the other, nobody wants to get shot with that. You can get shot with an assault rifle and there's a chance you may make it. Depending on where the bullet hits, if it goes through. You get hit with a fucking shotgun slug, man, that's all she fucking wrote. And it looks scary as fuck. There's just something fucking terrifying looking about one of those guns. But music, I don't even know anything. Like, I stopped listening to new music right around 2000. That's right when I graduated high school in 2000. That was it. I fucking just stopped. Even like the alternative music in the 90s was like the last gasp of fucking air for good music. But like looking back, I do like some of that. But like 2001, 2002, the girl I was dating at the time, I had a fucking CD book full of alternative music from the 90s. I just gave her the entire thing. I just said, fuck it, here. I don't even want it anymore. Because right around that time, or shortly before that, I started discovering, you know, Pink Floyd, The Doors, Zeppelin. Fucking Zeppelin, man. Phenomenal. And I got really into classic rock, and I really liked the electric guitar. By about 06, I finally got into, like, music that didn't have, or at least didn't, like, you know, feature as a prominent instrument, an electric guitar or acoustic guitar. You know, I started listening to, I think Marvin Gaye was one of the first ones that didn't use a guitar. Like, I listened to blues before that, and B.B. King. Still guitar, you know. Like, listening to Marvin Gaye, I was just like, wow, dude, this music is fucking great. Now, here's the thing. The song Trouble, Man, I discovered that song about 18 years ago. It's on a CD in my car. I still got CDs. Now, I have had to have heard Trouble Man because I just keep playing the same disc over and over. I must have heard Trouble Man at least 2 or 3, 4, 5,000 fucking times by now. And every time it comes on, it is easily as cool as it was the first time I heard it. it doesn't go bad. It doesn't get bad. I don't look back. I'm not gonna look back one day and go, oh my God, oh, I can't believe I listened to that. No, I'm fucking proud of that because it's fucking quality entertainment. Not to mention everything else you did. But you know, like when people think of Marvin Gaye, what do they think of? Sexual healing. Let's get it on. And maybe something else. I swear when Robin Thicke came out with that fucking song, I heard 2 notes of that song. Well, that motherfucker stole that shit from Marvin Gaye. Nobody knew that. Eventually, the word started getting around and people like, oh yeah, I know that. I'm like, no, you didn't. You heard it from somebody. I knew it just from fucking hearing it. I'm like, and you know why? This is one of my favorite songs from him. The shorter version, I always listen to like the 12-minute version. And this is one day, drunk with the girl I was dating at the time and a buddy of mine. We're just fucking just grooving, just dancing at my place one day, just playing it. And my fucking roommate comes up and looks at me like, what the fuck's going on, dude? He comes in and he starts dancing with this dude. That song, I always love that song. And nobody knew that shit. Oh my fuck. I mean, I'm sure somebody did, but most people did not. You have no idea how much music that's made today that like rips off and samples and steals from old music. Now, I didn't necessarily got a problem with that, but if you can do it in a decent way, like the 80s hip hop and the 90s rap, like first I say up to like 96 when Tupac died. Like they did a really great job sampling music. I mean, fucking great job sampling old music. Funk, most of the time was funk. Sometimes blues, sometimes jazz. I mean, yeah, sometimes jazz actually too. UMC's One to Grow On sampled song Good Humor Man from a guy named Blue Mitchell. And but anyways, it's like there was a lot of really good music out there. And see, I didn't get into like the hip hop and the 90s rap until after I knew shitloads about funk, soul, blues, and jazz. So as I start discovering all the hip hop and rap songs, I'm just like, well, that song, that came from here. That beat came from here. That instrument, that came from here. This from here. I go home on my own fucking Who Sampled fucking page. Just off the top of my head. And that app Who Sampled, I have it. You know how many times I've looked on there and like there's something like I go to look at them like, why doesn't it have this on here? I know that this song samples this, but they don't even have it on there. You can't leave any suggestions, comments, nothing. And I'm like, dude, how is it that I know more than a fucking app that's dedicated? Well, not more, but you know, how can I catch them off guard like that all the time? That's crazy. And but it's just. It's fucked up, man. Anyways, I'm getting way out of subject, but it just trips me out at how much people want to be like everyone else. They want to blend in. But I tell you what, ain't nobody gonna fucking admit that. Nobody. Now, I'm sorry for anybody that may ever see this that is this particular way, but I don't know what the fuck it is with these giant fucking overgrown beards. It's been going on for the last how many years. It's not cool. It makes people look like shit, man. Like literally, it just looks fucking horrible. And then you got the people that really gotta like, you know, or they got this just fucking. I knew one person that had a big ass beard before it was cool. That's it. One fucking person. Now you see it all the time. They have entire industries dedicated to beards, beard balms and beard bob and your you know like beard trimmers and like what the fuck, dude. Just shave the shit off your face. Like, are you that fucking ugly that you gotta hide your fucking face with a bunch of fucking hair? Really? I mean, having a beard is one thing, but like this overgrown shit, man. It's like, what the fuck are people doing? That's one of the things people are gonna look back at one day and go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. So why are you doing it now? But it's like, nobody did that. I knew, like I said, I knew one dude that had a beard like that for years before it was cool. It was cool. When I say cool, I don't mean actually cool. I mean like supposedly cool. Now, he was the only person I knew, and now it's like you see people all the time. And the thing is like a lot of people that do that, like they actually think that they're fucking like unique. they're one of a kind because they have a beard. And I'm like, wow, dude. Fucking wow, man. Like, whatever floats your boat. And I just seeing people trying so hard to fucking fit in with everybody else. Why do people do that? Why does anybody fucking care? They do. And craft beers, dude, like fucking when I was in high school and shortly after high school, nobody drank that shit. I mean, there weren't very many options to go by, but dude, that shit tastes like fucking, like someone drank a bunch of beer, pissed into a cup, and then poured it in a bottle and sell it for a high price. Now, maybe some people genuinely like it, but you know there's a lot of people out there that fucking have forced themselves to like it because they want to be like other people. And I mean, there's a fucking massive industry out of it. I don't get it. This shit's fucking disgusting, man. Whatever happened to some good old fucking, you know, some, what, Coors or High Life. That was my shit. Ice House and High Life. Ice House kind of tastes fucked up too. It gets you fucked up. After that first couple, you don't notice that funky taste anymore. But I just, like, oh, a new movie comes out from some series. Oh, everybody's gotta go see it. Oh, I saw it too. Yeah, me too. And when people talk about the new superhero movie or the new fucking whatever Harry Potter or fucking whatever kind of movies, they can go, why? Yeah, I saw that too. Me, I'm like, I wouldn't fucking watch it for free, man. And I don't understand. I just don't understand why people do that. No, this ain't gonna work.